hearing a lot about this. Not my Vaughn. I saw.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I saw Ryan's comparison of this versus an actual Vaughn. Tyler, it wouldn't have been incredibly difficult to make Vaughn into Vaughn here, right?
So then here's my thing on that. Like if you like, which maybe we get, you know, or maybe that's understandable. You know, maybe printing on the visor, you know, just isn't possible with Lego, and that's one thing. You know, if they can fully tell us that's fine, that's understandable. But then at that point, why include Captain Vaughn, you know, a named character in a battle pack? Which I feel like for a while there, a couple days there, that was something not a lot of people were talking about. You know, usually on these battle packs, you know, forever long, you want army builder characters. That's what a battle pack is. You know, you don't want named characters. That's why people did not like the Jedi in the 2018 one, because you can't army build Barriss Offees and Kiadi Mundis. There's only one of them. You know, if you buy 10 of that battle pack and you're just an average consumer, you know, not a Bricklink seller, not a YouTuber, like, what are you going to do with those extra Kiadi Mundis? Like, you don't need those. So on something like this, if they couldn't make a Vaughn right, why put a Vaughn in this set? And one of two things, I think the 332nd kind of trend is just over. I mean, they're 3 years too late. I think they're personally pretty overrated. That's just my opinion. But I think they could have either flip-flopped it where they just don't put Vaughn in here. They could have done something with Vaughn. I know the holes weren't on the helmets in 2020, but they could have worked something around getting, you know, a proper Vaughn in the 2020 AAT, where more expensive, not a battle pack, you know, give us a Vaughn in there, or just not put Vaughn here and save them for a set in a year or two when they get their act together and do something right. So I think the Vaughn complaint, I mean, if they could not do it right, they should not have even put him in a battle pack. If they did them right and put him in a battle pack, I think people would have been better, you know, and more acceptive of, like, you know, named character in here. But my Vaughn.
So here, hold on, real quick, Sean. Yeah. So a lot of people, when Commander Cody was revealed, you know, they're like, okay, like they pretty much just put, you know, the old that. I mean, Tyler, that part of that visor part's old. Am I wrong? Like,
2008.
Yeah, that's a really old piece. So God for freaking bid if they make a new mold for Lego Star Wars once in a while, and if they made a new mold for the Cody helmet, because his visor, you know, doesn't really look like how it's shown. If they could have just used that same mold, if they gave Cody a new mold for the Vaughn mold, and you know,
especially that they're this close. I mean, you would have to think. I mean, the fact of when they were, because they had to have known. Like, I mean, there's no way they just all of a sudden thought, you know, 6 months ago, oh, let's hurry up and do a 332nd. Like, they had to have known at some point that they were maybe planning on doing this, and let alone it's close enough where the ATT and the 332nd battle pack had to have both been concepts at the same time. You know, like there's no way they did not think of both in their mind close enough where they're like, look, and this is another complaint too. People have always said, you know, been saying, oh, you know, Captain Vaughn is just a literally just Commander Cody. Brent, you probably know, like in universe, Captain Vaughn is literally just a recolor of Cody. Like they've skimped out on his design. That's all it is.
Right.
So that's the thing. Like, I mean, they could have, but if they were arguing that, you know, some people are saying Captain Vaughn is just a recolor of Cody, but this Vaughn does not have gray on the torso. All right, like he does in universe, and also on the Lego Cody has the gray. So they did it right on Cody. They did not do it right here. Vaughn does not even have the two little like extra lines on the helmet like Cody does, like in universe he does, which they did for Cody. Why didn't they do it for, you know, Vaughn? And then one last thing regarding Vaughn would be, for me, it's a little awkward having molded jetpacks on those 332nd, but then a printed jetpack on Vaughn. When same thing, you know, if they would have known, they would have been doing both these clones close enough. You're telling me it's not worth it, and they know damn well how much this is going to sell in that ATTE. Was that really not in their budget to come up with a little, you know, Vaughn and Commander Cody backpack on the back, you know, a little mold? And even then, like, there's got to be, I don't know offhand, but there's got to be a lot of other, you know, clones in universe that use this little jetpack. Like, you know, they could have done this on quite a few other figures in the future. So there's that. I mean, there's my Vaughn take. I hate Vaughn, terrible, and the whole setup.
Right, this comment right here. Inaccurate Vaughn doubles as an inaccurate.
You hear that complaint too. You hear that complaint. People are saying the only reason why they put Vaughn in this set how they did was that you could make him a regular 332nd clone. Then it's not meant to be Vaughn. Then, like, don't false that. Like, don't give us hope. Don't give us false hope and say it's Captain Vaughn. Just make it a regular officer or something. Like, I mean, I hate that. I mean, how are people actually fine with saying, oh, they made Vaughn look stupid because you could just take off his visor and he's a regular 332nd, although he still has the officer thing. But I just don't get that sentiment. I mean, how are you just fine with thinking that way about a Lego product? that they purposely cheaped out on a fig to do something that the fig's not even meant to be. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of this stuff defies explanation for sure, and that's why I'm glad we have this awesome commentary on it. Real quick, we just didn't get to answer this. So YOLO X was asking, girth is a set over 1,000 pieces, right?